Good morning. Happy Monday, July 1st. It is birthday month. How are we this morning? What's the weather doing? It's Wisconsin weather again here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Got the fans off. I got turned the AC off. And of course, all my allergies are kicking in this morning. Might be a 2-pot coffee day because I got so much to do today. It's just insane. How are you, though? How'd you sleep? What's going on in your world? Who are you surrounding yourself with? I am Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri. Artist, writer, speaker, life and business coach. Teach a variety of art classes. Teach a vision board. Where's my weather report here? Teach a vision board based on life coaching, psychology, law of attraction, law of assumption, bringing and manifesting all the wonderful things into your life. Do it in a private or a group. Excuse me. Teach group painting lessons. You may bring your 5 here along with yourself. That would be 6. Book the painting class. Pick your theme. I provide all the materials. Vision board is 65, painting class is 45, and then I business coach for creative-minded women who want to start side hustles, and that is $95. And it's just teaching you how to go live, how to talk about your talents, your gifts, monetizing your hobby. Those are things that I teach. Those are things that I have been teaching since 2013-14, and 2014 through 2016, I studied to be a life coach. No big doctor. I feel like I need to say that. No great degree. Just a person who has studied some things and learned how to teach art and make life work. But how are you? Who are you surrounding yourself with? You realize you become the sum of 5 by who you choose to be involved with. This morning I woke up and I had Cher on my mind. Every great once in a while I wake up with a song in my head. For a while it was Carole King, and I knew where that all was coming from. But this morning I woke up with Cher in my head, listening to Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. And reputation carries, whether you think it does or not. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, but within that whole Cher theme, I found out that yesterday or the day before, it would have been her and Greg Allman's 45th wedding anniversary. Now, if you know anything about Cher, of course, she was married to Sonny Bono for a million years. It was always Sonny and Cher. They were the icon couple until they just outgrew each other. They no longer were anything more than a business entity who had a child, and there just wasn't anything left anymore. It had progressed to a point where it no longer could progress to anything other than business entities. She fell madly in love with Greg Allman. Greg Allman, as most know, had a huge drug problem, was an addict, was brilliant in his trade, in his craft. And Cher, desperately wanting love, thinking that her love was going to be enough to fix this individual, to change this individual, to alter this individual. Through that love, they had a child. Elijah Blue, I believe, is Greg Allman and Cher's son's name. I also believe that that child, now an adult, also has some type of drug addiction, has fallen down some kind of path, product of environment. Cher couldn't save Greg Allman with her love. Most women who fall in love with men, and men who fall in love with women, and reverse the role. You cannot change and alter an addict's behavior unless they are willing to admit that they are an addict. And anybody who knows anything about AA or the addict group, the first thing that they will say to you is admitting you have an issue, and then you go on through the 10 steps, however those 10 steps are. I don't know. I have read Codependent No More. I have read Fear of Intimacy. The Dance of Anger. I have read all those books in regards to teaching my life coaching class through putting a vision board together, because my father was a functioning alcoholic because of the industry, 30 years in food and beverage. I very much know addict behavior and the women who have tried to save and the men who have sabotaged, self-destructed, ruining the best things in their life because of selfish behavior. Along with that selfish behavior comes reputation. People know you for how you are, and reputation carries you, good nor bad. So, my story being, a few years back, I was in between gigs and needed to do something like quick. And I was offered a position 3 counties over from where I am, 3 counties over, at a very well-known club, lodge, and went in there just looking to make some money. I knew I was not going to stay. It was a temporary, but I thought, you know what? I want to see what this is all about. I want to see exactly what it is that there was so much hype about this particular place. Well, needless to say, once I got in there, I saw there were cheap drinks, people that were of addict behavior, alcoholic type environment, people who were congregating together to drink cheap, to play illegal games. And although there were a handful of very decent people I still do consider a friend, that if I needed something or just wanted to say, hey, you want to meet me for lunch, these good people would meet me. But there were also some very god-awful people in there that were rude, indignant, and I was a fish out of water. I really did not belong there, but because of my need of earning an income. Long story short, once a certain group of people within that club found out who I was, because how many kits do you know in your life? And you could see when I was having conversations with these individuals, they were connecting dots. And somebody that I knew from some other time, I knew he very much was a member there, and it was not in my makeup, in my conversation, things to bring up from 13 years ago. And these particular individuals started putting dots together, and they started bashing this human based on reputation and what they knew. And of course, every time I would go to see them, when I would go into work, that's all they would want to talk about. They would want to rehash history. They would want to ask me questions that I was not going to answer. But needing an income, I needed to be someplace. And I didn't stay at that place but 3 months. Pretty much had gotten run out by one of the very indignant members. And the person that ran the facility knew very much why I left. I also got ran off the road from somebody that knew that there was a bunch of illegal gambling going on, and it became a safety issue. But I could not get out of that place quick enough because a reputation followed somebody that I no longer was involved with, no longer in that circumference. So I'm asking you, who are you surrounding yourself with, and what is your reputation saying about you? Gypsies, tramps, and thieves, how poorly do you feel about yourself that you would want to subject yourself to become the sum of 5? It's not about being better than anybody. It's about being educated and wanting more for your life, because good people surround themselves with good people. Good people want better. They want better for themselves. They want better for the others that they are bringing into their life. You don't want to succumb to the gypsies, tramps, and thieves. I am Kitryn Marie. I do reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm an artist, writer, speaker, a life and a business coach. Fate turns on a dime. You decide what side of that coin you want to be in. If you want to take a class, reach out.